something? I probably did. Hello, and welcome to another edition of The Quilting Shed, just outside of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Coming to you live today. I had to do the one last school run for the kids for college and getting done. Sorry, I'm looking at my iPad blinking at me. Probably like, oh, hey, you're going live now. I love it when they send me emails to tell me things I'm doing. Today's t-shirt, I don't know how many of you are fans of my ever-changing t-shirt wardrobe because I dress like a college student, but today's t-shirt is brought to you by my loving mother, who got me this wonderful shirt that says, "If you met my family, you'd understand. No truer words have ever spoken." And hello and good morning in the chat to Chloe's Quilting Cafe. Yes, 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 us quilt shop owners stick together because misery loves company. No, I'm just kidding. It's a fun job, but it's nice to have somebody to talk to sometimes who totally relates. The other thing, I had a guild meeting last night. So again, with the hungover, sort of. The hungover live video. I know, it's crazy. So I do have some things to show you. I have some new fabric, of course. I'm getting smarter now instead of being like completely overwhelmed with, oh my God, look at all this new fabric I got to show you because a bunch of stuff landed at once. Last box of new fabric I got, I was like, I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to save the rest for another time. Got smart in there. Hi, Heidi. I hope you're doing well. Heidi is a long-term friend in the comments. Speaking of friends, my friendly helper, Susan, who is a lovely friend of mine, she brought me a birthday present. She made me a little bag from the Morning Blossom collection. And people who sew and can make things really do actually appreciate homemade gifts because this is the cutest little bag ever. And I probably would not have taken the time to make something like this for myself. But it's adorable. It's got a zipper. It's got lining in it. It's cute. She did a great job. She's such a great help. And she helps keep me on track. Because between her and the kid last weekend, they were both like, yeah, Mom, Mom. Susan doesn't call me Mom. Yeah, Andrea, we've got to start getting ready for the quilt show. The quilt show put on by the Fredericton Quilters Guild, which is the guild meeting I was at last night. It is their Fabulous at 40 quilt show because they've been doing this for 40 years. And it will be on May the 5th, Friday, and May the 6th. Both starts at 10 a.m. both days. There are over 100 quilts submitted. And when I say this is the Shishi Frou Frou Guild, I mean it. These are where the artsy quilters live. These are where the perfectionist and literal quilt judges. There are a couple of certified quilt judges in this guild. They're nice. Honestly, they're really nice. But my point is, if you want to see impeccably done quilts, they are totally going to be at the show. I might have a few in there, whether or not they're impeccably done. Can't win them all. I mean, they can't all be perfect. Hello, Willa, in the comments. So there we have it. So what have I been working on? I have actually been working on some things. I did get some Sewing Mojo, and I did get this one out. So remember, I think it was last week that I showed you this panel from Gingy Burr, not Gingy Bear, Gingy Burr. I say Gingy Bear because there's always a bear. Hi, Susan. Did you hear me say all those nice things about, oh, there's a blushing smiley from Susan. So yeah, she heard me. So yeah, I showed you this last week. That's only half the panel. This is a big ass panel. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's got 16 squares on it. This is a lot. I meant to count these earlier. Yeah, it's got 16 and upside down because I'm a professional. So this panel is $15 and it's got 16 big old squares on it. And as I was doing things, I just cut on the lines. They have a line. So I just cut them apart with a pair of scissors. I would love to see what you do with this, Susan, this panel, because there's all kinds of good stuff. And I like seeing what other people do with things because we tend to get like blinders on and think of things that we're comfortable with and they're in our niche. And when somebody else looks at it, their niches might be different and they do different things. So it's really interesting to me to see how different people use the same things. Like in this case, the same panel. So I saw that panel on that bare bit that I just showed you. And the first thing I thought was, and I always think this, I want to make a tote bag. See, I made a tote bag. I have not sewn on the handles yet. There's black on the inside. It's a big gaping black void like my heart. Um, I did another one on the back. Be yourself. I did not really use a pattern for this. I kind of made it up as I went along. I put 4.5-inch strips on the side. I went shorter on the top and longer on the bottom because I knew if I did 4.5-inch cut strips all the way around, when I did the bottom, when I boxed the bottom, it was going to be smaller. So I made sure to make the bottom bigger strips because they're going to be on the bottom. So yeah, this was an easy tote. If you've made a few totes, it's you don't have to think too hard about it. You can actually do this while you're watching TV and still pay attention to both. The other notable thing about this tote bag, it is lined with fusible fleece, which I guess can be hard for some people to find because the chain stores are having a hard time getting it. But this time I ordered black fusible fleece. So inside here is also black. It's black on black on black, and I did not change my thread to black because my eyes were already tired. But note that you can't really tell that there's black behind this white. And you would use black fusible fleece when you were making black or dark colored bags because if the fibers of the stuffing work their way out, you don't have white fluffy stuffing everywhere. It'll be not noticeable or less noticeable. So yeah, that is, so out of those 16 blocks on that panel, there's two down in this lovely tote bag. There we go. So the other things I'm working on, I didn't get them all done. Sometimes I just sat in the recliner and stared at the husband napping in his recliner. He can sew through sewing, but sometimes I just want to let him sleep. So one of the other things I'm doing is pillow covers. I have a pillow in the shop that sits on the salvage chair, and I like to change up the pillow covers every so often. So this is the sun panel, which was the full square, and I put it on top of one of the other pillow covers I made and figured out how big these had to be. And that will be my pillow cover. I'm going to do a double-sided pillow this time. I usually just envelope it, but this time I think I'm going to do double-sided and put this on the back with the blue and white print that matches. All of these panels, the fabric that you see me using is also from the Words to Live By line. So if you go on my website, you see the search box. And if you scroll down, it's probably on the front page. But if not, just type in Words to Live By in the search box, and you will find all these lovely products for your convenience and purchase. So on the other side of the pillow, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do an invisible zipper in the pillow form, in the pillow cover. I think I might actually quilt these too on my regular domestic machine, not on my long arm, which some people think is cheating. It's not cheating. It is fast, but I just want to do it on my machine so that you feel like you could do this too. So that's my pillow cover. That's two more. I actually did this lovely test block because I wasn't sure. This is the Ohio Star. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this block or another block in another one of the things I made. So I had to make one to test it. The other thing I did while I tested this was the triangle square up ruler from Quilt in a Day. I will tell you more about that at a later date. This is how those fabrics look, all cut up in a pretty little block. I am actually really loving this. When you look at it on the bolt, a lot of people are like, oh, it's directional. What am I going to do? But as you can see, these are cut small enough. You can't really tell it's directional and you don't really mind if it's every which way. I didn't pay attention to where stuff was. I just cut and sewed and quarter square triangle things. These were my nemesis, but with that triangle square up ruler, not so much. It made these easy. Like I said, tell you more about that later. So that is not the fifth panel. That's not a panel at all. Oops. This is a fifth one. So the fifth panel, bit of the panel. Isn't it pretty? You'll note I have cut these to different sizes. The sun one for the pillow, I used everything that was there, and I think it is Forgot to tell you how big it was. It's like 11 inches or something. They're a good size, 10 and a half. So 10 and a half. So if you think to yourself, oh, I have some 10 and a half inch block pattern somewhere, you could totally mix it in with the squares on this panel and be fine. If you needed them smaller, the thing with panels, they leave lots of white space and sometimes little extra borders. So you have room to do these things. In this case, I think I cut this one down to like 6.5. I just had a ruler I could measure because this was one of the smaller designs. Yep. And I did get like right up close to the edge here, but in this case with this cute little butterfly, it didn't matter so much. So this is a little mug rug, and this block is the Friendship Star. And this is both fabrics from the same collection. So I thought, a little butterfly flying through the sky, little Friendship Star, might make this for somebody and give it to them. Little mug rug, so you can put the mug down, have a little cookie. Isn't that cute? It's a little butterfly. So that was the 5th panel. So 5 out of 16. Before I show you the big one, there's other ones. I put them up on my design wall with like sticky notes like this. This one, put this in a runner. I'm thinking of putting this in a runner with these blocks. So I'll make another block like this, put the other block here, and have a nice runner with a nice little bluebird in the middle. So there's that one. This one I have zipper bag. I want to make one of those. This design was quite linear, went sideways sort of. So I thought if I made a nice little zipper bag, this design would more lend itself to the side of a bag that zipped. You know, a little zipper bag, like kind of like this one, but longer. See, it would fit right on there. See? Use your imagination. Trust me, it's totally gonna work. Um, there's some I still don't know what I'm doing with, but if you know, like a school teacher, be kind, and life handing you lemons, throw them lemons back, make lemon hand grenades. Sewing, I want to make like a little, put a border on this. Maybe, ooh, a nice scrappy border with like 2.5 inch squares. Hang that in my sewing room. This one, and I hate it when I get an idea. It's like, I should do this with it. And then I'm like, no, wait, I hate doing applique. This is a very nice heart, and it says, a happy heart makes a happy home. And I thought, wouldn't it be great to like cut this heart out and use it as applique and put like applique it on top of one of the other fabrics or whatever. But I do have an applique trick I learned recently that makes it very less painful. So I think I'm going to try that. But I'm going to applique it onto something. I just don't know what the final product is, because I am, as I've said before, a process quilter. I'm all about the process of the quilting and all the techniques that I use on the way to get to the finished product. And then at the end, I'm like, what do I have? What was I making? I don't know. Don't care. Find somebody to give it to. Yeah, I like the process of making. At the end, I happen to make a quilt. Doesn't matter to me. But this, I did intend to make a quilt, and this is only a small, it's a small quilt. You could call it a baby quilt. You could call it a wall hanging. You could even call it a table topper, because it's all just basically a small quilt. You just use it for different purposes. And this is the one that I did the Ohio Star for, and I did this single Irish chain block, and I had to make up my mind between them. I had to take a survey. Danielle helped me. Ron helped me. He lost. He liked the other block. But here's this one. Isn't it pretty? Ta-da! So that used 4 more of the blocks from the panel and alternated it with 5 of these blocks. Got that secondary design in there. Made a nice skinny little border. I think I'll find a matching blue solid and bind it with. And I'm actually really happy with this. I like this. It's got your nice motivational things. It's got I chose the blocks from the panel that match this print in particular and would look really well with it. So I'm like super happy with this. I will post some full shots of these later so you can admire them in full. But yeah, that's at least half a dozen different things that I've made out of this one panel. I mean, that's to me is kind of crazy, very efficient. Um, yeah, super cool. And that fabric is $15 a meter, and the panel's $15, and is like huge. It's more than just around or just more than a meter. So it's basically the same price, but it's a panel. You can do so much more with it. I know. Wild. Sorry, I need a mm, tea. Whew. Like I said, Gil was draining. Heidi likes all my examples. So the other fabrics that came in with the gingerbread fabrics were more from Moda, and these ones are more on the modern side, like with the gingerbread. That's more modern, more contemporary. These ones, I knew my kid would like these, and after they got here and I started looking up what they were. These ones glow in the dark. Those little green, those stars right there, glow in the dark. It's very fun. And this bolt happens to be 13.7 meters. Remember how I said sometimes they just send you however much is on a bolt, and it could be you order a 15-meter bolt or a 10-meter bolt, and they send you whatever. This one's 13 meters, and another design they sent me. This one's 9. So I don't know if anything glows in the dark on this one. And orange is not usually my favorite. Danielle knows this, but this is fun. This is like really fun. I really like this. It's got a different star design than this one right here. And some of the examples I've been looking up with this line, because that's what I do. I go to Google, I type in the collection name, and I click on the images tab just to see what everybody else is making with it. You could do the same thing on Instagram. Search for the fabric name and see what other people, are making. This I thought would make really cute pajama pants because it's a nice soft cotton. You wouldn't get too warm. Buying cotton pajama pants is like a nightmare to get decent quality. But yeah, if you're into making some gifts for some kids or some fun adults, I know some fun adults who would wear pajama pants made out of these, me included. Or super fun with these orange stars. I love these, and I'm not usually a fan of orange. Curses, making me like orange. So this design here, this is also fun. I think this would be great to quilt it because I would outline the clamshells here in the design and get like a clamshell quilted design. Also super fun for like super fun accessories, pillows. Again, pajama pants, a little loud maybe. Boxers. They would make fun boxers. I know. It's nuts. So this one, I'm pretty sure, has glow in the dark stars on it as well, like this weird color right here. Because I did read that not every print in the entire line has glow in the dark colors, and I only got 4 prints of this particular line, but they're very fun, very bright, very bigger kid, or not quite grown up. And yeah, a very affordable $15 a meter. Unfortunately, I don't have the pictures up on the website, but that is definitely on my to-do list for today. It was on my to-do list for yesterday too, but we see how that went. And finally, another bit, it's finally for today anyway. The other thing is Moda has a division called Ruby Star Society. If you aren't familiar, they are a collective group of designers who are very, very modern. They drove a lot of the modern movement. And I've got 3 bolts here from Ruby Star Society. I do have more, but these are the 3 new ones. Work with me here. I thought these would be really fun, as my mom would say. This would be great for a picnic. And yes, Mom, it really, really would, because we've got this lovely green with words, and they are cherries, broccoli, collards, eggplant, beans, peas, oranges, spinach, lettuce, celery, and some very nice handwriting. So this is this lovely green vegetables and fruit, all written out. And I know some of you absolutely adore text prints, and this would be a nice change because a lot of the text prints I see are black and white, which is great, but it's kind of boring after a while. After a while, they all kind of look the same. I do love them, but after a while. So that was green and had some navy in it. These are watermelons with the green on the navy background. This is great. My mom in the comments has kindly put us a link down to Ruby Star Society. Thank you, Mother. It's nice to have free help. So yeah, here's the watermelon print. If you're into making picnic blankets, picnic accessories, casserole covers, ooh. Um, Instead of the microwave bowls, summer is coming. People are making a modified version of the microwave bowl to hold a Ben and Jerry's sized ice cream cup. This would be great for that. I think it would be funny. Also, microwave bowls for the fruits and vegetables print. And to match both of those is this absolutely gorgeous gingham on the diagonal. So you could use these for binding, but not have to actually cut it on the diagonal. Could get that nice diagonal check. Oh, I love fabric that gives me shortcuts like this. So there's that. And that is this particular line from Ruby Star Society was food group. Doesn't that make a whole ton of sense? Food group. And I did have somebody in, Jenna, who is a modern fan, and she brings her baby Ezra in. She posted this week on Instagram after her visit because Ezra was helping me do inventory on the thread. He's not too good at it, but with a little more training, we'll get him able to count those threads for me and get his handwriting a little better. I mean, he's only a year old. He can't even barely type. I mean, she's just going to have to keep bringing him back and helping me count the threads over there. He's got to learn his colors too. Mom wants to know, does the gingham come in other colors? It might, but this is the only color I have. So I only have this in this color for now. I do have some fat quarters of a pink gingham that is like this, that is from a different line. So if you do need gingham, Mom, there are some Lori Holt pre-cuts I just remembered the other day that are supposed to be coming my way, and I can't remember if they have gingham in them or not. I have a fabric rep coming to visit me on Monday, and I was going to ask him on the status of that and then update you next Wednesday. I know, it's never ending. It's all kinds of working in the working in the background stuff, not working in the bathroom. So as we wrap up, what is upcoming? The quilt show, which I already told you about. So you're totally saving the date, and you're totally going to see me and Danielle from Chloe's Quilting Cafe. We are both going to be there. Have a nice cup of coffee while you're there, nice cup of tea. Look at over 100 quilts. Say hi to me, say hi to Danielle, buy some fabric. You know how it is. A nice little drive. It'll be great. And that is May the 5th and May the 6th, starting at 10 o'clock. Danielle and I will be there at 8, apparently. Maybe not the second day. The rough night at Guild. And I showed you the creative. I didn't tell you the name of this one. Creativity Glows. That's the name of this line. Food Group was the name of the other line. And Words to Live by Gingerbread with the panel. Super happy with these. These are like totally up my alley. I know. Not for everybody, but hey, isn't that great? You need an entire fruit basket to make a fruit salad. Otherwise, you just have a bowl of like honeydew melon, and nobody likes that. Well, some people do, but you guys are freaks. I mean, to each his own. I'm trying to say it's nice that we all have different styles and tastes. You can tell I don't have a script or don't do nothing. I'm just rambling at this point and need to like. As my husband says, I'm just really good for filling some airtime with talk. I love him. The other thing that is new in Markdown, I don't know if I told you this, maybe I told you last week, but the Ladies Legacy is new down to $10 a meter, as is the Raindrops and Sunshine. Yeah, you can see that in the sale section on the website. Lots of other things going on in the background I can't tell you about yet. So I'm going to leave it there. You're going to make plans to come visit me at the quilt show. And I guess I will see you next week with new fabric because I have more fabric that is literally on the way here. I know, never ends. All right, so keep your needle threaded. May you never run out of white thread. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye. 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 My hand working. Goodbye. Bye. It was nice to see you.